Hello everyone, welcome back to Math with Miss Mina. This video is still dedicated for parabolas, but this time we are going to talk about its directions and equations because we have already discussed its definition and its parts. So there are four possibilities for the directions and equations of a parabola. You have a parabola that faces up, a parabola that faces down, a parabola that faces to the right and to the left. An easy clue on how to identify which is by knowing first which variable is squared. So, pansinin niyo muna, sinong variable yung naka-square? Yung x variable ba o yung y variable ba? So, by knowing which variable is squared, then you will be left with two choices. So, since apat yung choices mo, pag nalaman mo na kung alin yung naka-square, mababawasan yung choices yan. So we have here both having the x variable squared here. Yan. However, the difference between a parabola facing up and down is this negative sign here. This one is positive. So if x is squared, you have to look first, is it positive here or is it negative here? If it's positive, it's facing up. If it's negative, it's facing down. However, if yung y variable naman yung naka-square, ang choices mo is facing to the right or to the left. Then you just have to check also if it's positive here or negative here. If it's negative, it's facing to the left. If it's positive, it's facing to the right. So that's the easiest way to tell alin yung direction niya based sa kanyang equation. And here is a little exercise. Try to tell the direction of the parabola. So here in the violet one, we can see that x is squared, and in this part we have a positive sign. So that is a parabola that faces up. This one naman is still a parabola that faces up. Here is a parabola that faces to the right because y is squared, and here in this part it's positive. This one is a parabola that also faces to the right. This one naman is a parabola that faces down because x is squared and you have a negative sign here. And in here, you still have a parabola that faces downward because that's squared here and a negative here. So to give you more information about how to try to analyze the parts of the parabola without really trying to memorize all this stuff. You just need to properly know its definition and you'll know where to go from there. So let's say that we have a parabola that faces upward. We have to determine its parts. We have the vertex, focus, directrix, axis of symmetry, and the endpoints of the latus rectum. So let's choose any point here on the Cartesian plane. Let's say our vertex is here. And if it's a parabola that faces up, then this would be its graph. Okay, and since it's going upward, the focus will be placed here. So ang magandang clue sa focus, kung ano yung direction ng parabola, yun yung sinusunod niya. If it faces up from the vertex, it goes up. If it faces down from the vertex, it also goes down. Which is why if you have the vertex having hk coordinates, since you moved up, then what will change is the k coordinates. So the focus will actually have the coordinates h, k, plus c. Now you may ask, where did the c come from? Remember that the distance between the focus and the vertex is the focal length, which also refers to C. Another thing that you may be asked is the directrix. The directrix is the same distance between the vertex and the focus. So this is one of the points of the directrix, and let me just trace this as straight as I can. This line refers to the directrix, and you may ask, why does it have this equation? So since you have this distance, this point actually refers to an hk minus c. And since the line actually is an accumulation of points, that is always a k minus c because you always move down, right? And this is still a c. So lahat ng points na to would refer to a k minus c. Lahat sila bumababa by c units from the k coordinates. So that's why nagiging k minus c siya. Yung lahat ng points kasi would refer to a k minus c. Now, you may also be asked of the axis of symmetry. Ang axis of symmetry natin ay yung line na nagpa-pass through sa ating vertex. So, ito siya. So, if it passes through the vertex, all you have to check is what is the h value of the vertex, because both the focus and the vertex passes through the axis of symmetry. So that will just be x is equal to h. So that refers to a horizontal movement that will always be an h. Pare-pareho siya. So you just need to copy that. For the ends of the latus rectum, ito po yung kanyang coordinates. So let's say we have the focus here at the middle. These will be the endpoints passing through the focus papunta dun sa kabila. This is, let's say, L sub 1 and this is L sub 2. Ngayon, since yung length ng latus rectum is 4C, yung kalahati niya is 2C, which is why from the focus, if you move to the left, then what happens is from HK plus C, you will have an H minus 2C kasi yung nag-move ka pa kaliwa ng kalahati ng 4C, which is 2C. And then you just copy whatever is the K coordinate, which is K plus C. And here, the coordinates are H plus 2C since you move to the right of the Cartesian plane. So that's K plus C. Okay, so for the other situations of a parabola, we have a parabola that faces to the right. If it faces to the right, it has different coordinates here, as in comparison with the one going upward. Try doing this one. You may refer to this table for your answers. I hope you were able to learn how to try to analyze the parts of the parabola by looking at its situation and not really memorizing all of it. So see you in the next video.